Hi guys, welcome back to Hear Me Out. I'm E.
I'm D.
And guys, I'm gonna tell you, Magic Mike, his divorce ain't magical. His divorce with Jenna Dawson looks like a
Dewan.
nightmare. Huh? Oh,
Dewan.
Why do I call her Dawson? Jenna Dewan. I
Dawson.
think I was thinking Dawson's Creek. Sorry
Yeah.
guys, I'm thinking myself. But his divorce with Jenna Dewan has not been a piece of cake. Not that Magic Mike eats cake. But we're going to read an article from People and, of course, give you our thoughts on this divorce because it's crazy.
It makes me a little sad, but okay. So yeah, it's like you said, an article from People, and the headline reads: Jenna Dewan accuses Channing Tatum of trying to blur the lines of how much Magic Mike money is hers. So there's an article by Benjamin Van Hoos. Channing Tatum's lawyers have denied her claims, saying he never denied her share of any community assets or income. Jenna Dewan claims that Channing Tatum is attempting to blur the lines of how much of the Magic Mike money she is entitled to in their divorce. In a court filing made on May 8th, Dewan's lawyers urged for a separate trial to hash out how much of the Magic Mike earnings she is entitled to before beginning the larger divorce proceedings, where they'll divide the rest of their assets. Magic Mike, which started with a 2012 movie that Tatum starred in and produced, has spawned several sequels, a reality show, and a popular Las Vegas attraction. Dewan, 43, and her lawyers argue in the filing that the story idea of Magic Mike, which is an intellectual property asset that was entirely created during the marriage, so she should get half. But her side claims that Tatum, 44, transferred a portion of their community Magic Mike profits into another third-party entity months after their separation without Jenna's knowledge or consent, allegations Tatum has denied. Tatum, Team Dewan alleges, is attempting to blur the lines between them in an effort to disguise the passive second entity as production companies that generate value. His post-separation efforts to his post-separation efforts to obtain an equal split of a community property asset between the parties. Her reason for a bifurcated equitable trial, exactly what is hers between the two Magic Mike infused money pools, needs to be tried, tackled, and ruled upon before the remaining issues come to trial to prevent her from being painted into a corner. Tatum's legal team is not on board with a separate trial on the matter. The actor adamantly disputed Dewan's claims in his previous filing, saying he never denied her share of any community assets or income. Her claims that I have colluded with third parties are completely false. She has had complete access to all of our financial records for all activities during our marriage and since separation, his lawyers added. I continue to provide her with updates regarding Magic Mike financial matters. In a previous filing, Tatum's lawyers lamented that they have yet to reach a divorce settlement after 5 years, and they need to schedule it for trial without a last-minute postponement. They say he has exhausted all efforts in an attempt to settle this matter without litigation. While his Magic Mike enterprise began during their marriage, Tatum's lawyers say he continued to create and develop it since separation. The actor expended extensive efforts since separation towards the enhancement of the Magic Mike intellectual property and related entities, which Tatum contends give rise to his separate property interests therein. Tatum and Dewan met as co-stars on the 2006 dance film Step Up, and they later married on July 11, 2009. The pair, who share daughter Everly, soon to be 11 years old later this month, announced their breakup in April of 2018. But according to one of Tatum's filings, they had privately separated months prior. The divorce filing officially came in October 2018. Both were declared legally single, and he has since moved on with fiancée Zoe Kravitz, and Dewan is engaged to Steve Kazee, with whom she shares son Callum 4 and is currently expecting another baby. Well, what do we think?
I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. I think this sounds pretty immature on her behalf. I'm the type of person, if I'm over something, whatever it is, a relationship, a job, a sport, whatever, I just drop it. I don't understand. This is like long standing, taking forever. She just doesn't want to move on to the next chapter in her life. She has 2 kids with Steve Kasi. I'm surprised Steve is not upset at this. This is ridiculous. I'm like, what do you want? You need to work, girl. And
Wow.
if this is saying that, it's equally split already and he's not really blurring any lines, then I don't see the commotion in all of this. It seems like, to me, it seems like a money grab, and she's trying to get more than she should. I don't know.
So her, according to the article, her lawyers and her are arguing that since the separation, he's moved money that was part of the community property, whatever,
Mhm.
the community monies. But isn't that traceable? Like,
That's what I was gonna say. Everything's traceable. I don't know why it's taking so
yeah,
long. That's what leads me to believe that she wants extra stuff. If you move money from one bank account to another, guess what? You can compare both bank accounts because I'm an accountant and you can see it.
yeah. And like legally, in Discovery, you are supposed to produce these sort of documents, such as bank statements and any kind of document that either party requests. And if either party decides not to produce that, they can be compelled by the judge to produce it. So, like, I'm confused as to what, first of all, that is dragged on for this many years, but I'm
Five
confused as to,
years.
yeah, as to how it's not more like easily obtainable, like the information, or easily proven that he did in fact do this. If he didn't do it, then again, like, isn't there a way to also prove that? And if in fact, let's say they have produced their documents and then the other party's just not accepting it, in this case Jenna's party's not accepting it, then that's something also weird, because the other thing you can do is you can also subpoena the bank itself for the records. So the bank can provide you with the same sort of information if you believe that this person is not giving you the right thing. So either something is off, we don't know the
Mm-hmm.
whole story, or it just, there's a lot of it that just doesn't make sense to me, because like supposedly he's moved this money into like some production companies that then is kind of like almost like laundering. It seems like she's trying to say he's kind of like siphoning this money over here to like launder it or whatever, so that it's not community. But again, all of this stuff is like provable. Like, you should be able to prove simply with the bank statements alone if money has been moved.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then my only other thought is that, like, you have a daughter together and you guys are busy fighting over money. Like, the primary concern should be that your daughter sees that she has 2 loving parents that can co-parent, that aren't in the headlines because of their acrimonious divorce at this point. It's really baffling that people will put money ahead of their kids, because that's what this feels like. Like, she's literally like, and like you said, I mean, she has 2 kids with this other man. Why do you care to have any more of his money? I don't understand if like she helped to create Magic Mike, but just because he earned that money when you guys were together, I mean, you earn money too. Is he asking for half of your money? Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
confused. I'm really confused. And maybe it's because I don't know anything about family law, but something's just not adding up. Something's not
I
adding up.
know. In conclusion, you stole my next idea about the daughter, which I was going to talk. But overall, she just seems very long suffering with this whole situation. Just let it go. The daughter
Mhm.
is the one that's being affected, and she's probably dealing with all this hostility and juggling of parents and stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
speaking from experience because I have divorced parents. So it's when it's not amicable, it stresses the kid out, of course. So over money, y'all are millionaires. Like, are you fighting for an extra million? And I say this lightly because clearly I don't have millions. I don't understand. I don't understand how this Steve guy isn't pissed.
Right?
The lawyers are the ones that are winning in this situation. Five
Oh yeah,
years. How much are those legal fees at this point?
a lot. A lot. Retainers had to have expired. I don't know how many retainers they must have had at this point. But
Mm-hmm.
the I guess like the other thing too is like we are now at the point where we don't even remember y'all together. Like us, it's like the public. He's with Zoe, right? Engaged. Jenna's with Steve Kazee, having 2 children with him, and you're living separate lives,
Mm-hmm.
but you keep coming back to this past, and it's like, why do you keep coming back to the past? And I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we need to look at the court filings. I need to know how much money she's claiming he took away, because if it better be like 50 to 100 million or something. I don't know. Like it better be an exorbitant amount. Like
Yeah.
a lot. Like it has to be a lot, because there's no way you're fighting over 5 mil. And like Eve said, I'm saying it lightly as if I got that money. I do not. But it can't possibly be just a couple mil that you're fighting over.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that I'm sure her current man also works. So I don't know. I don't know. I've never understood a lot of this situation. I've never understood alimony. That's another thing. But that's, probably for a whole nother subject and video, so don't listen to me, y'all.
So just for some more details,
Hmm.
his Channing Tatum's net worth is 80 million, according to Celebrity Net Worth. Tatum was reportedly paid 2 million upfront to star in Magic Mike. However, because of his financial stake in the film, it has been estimated Tatum earned as much as 60 million from the film's success, though the
Wow.
actor has disputed this amount. So these are like quick Google searches right now. We usually read a couple articles, but at least we know his net worth is about 80 million. And if does she want 30 million out of this? If this is a correct figure?
That's wild though. Because I mean, also think about it, like you've got to pay your people, your agents, your
Mm-hmm.
team, the
Yeah.
companies. Like there's so much that goes into all of it. How I can't imagine that he actually takes home that full amount, if in fact that is 60, right? We don't know for certain, but like I don't think he really took that much. So anyway, it's really unfortunate, and it breaks my early 2000s and early 2010 heart, because I used to love seeing them together. Step Up was one of my fave movies back in the day, and here we are now. Sad.
It is sad. Guys, let us know what you think in the comments. I know we went hard on Jenna, but the math is mathing right now. We're
Yeah.
going to research, Dee's going to do the legal stuff because that's what she. I understand the numbers. I could trace it. If you guys want us to do that, let us know in the comments. But what do we think about the situation? Do we think that Magic Mike just magically moved money around and just magically disappeared it? Or do we think that she's just wants more money? Let us know. But that concludes today's episode. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also, please share our video. We're trying to grow our community so your friends can be our friends and we can all be friends. We also have social media, which Steve will tell you about.
We are on TikTok and Instagram at Hear Me Out DNE. So make sure you guys like, follow, share, and comment. You can also listen to the videos in podcast format via YouTube Music and Spotify.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.